we filming?
We
We
good?
good now?
Okay.
All right.
So 3, 2, 1.
Don't do that.
As in,
You
I'll
trying to do
know
that?
when to cut, Kylie.
You know when to cut?
I know that. I know
Okay,
when to cut.
everyone, let's just look directly.
So 3, 2, 1. I'm not going to cut this out now. I thought about it.
You're gonna keep this?
I'm going to have to keep this.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
alright. It's pretty. Patience is looking like, what's your method, you guys?
Yeah.
What's your method?
Okay, 3, 2, 1, action.
Oh my gosh. Hi, everyone. We're in the Shimi podcast, the guys who like to talk about everything, lifestyle, culture, and whatever else that's going on, right? So we're back. I am Witu, the popular choice. Everyone likes me. And on our right, we have Mapalo.
Hi.
Okay. And on your left, you might have noticed that it's not Toast, obviously, but we have Patience, also known as Glasses Girl. Yeah. Yeah. So who is Glasses Girl? Content creator, influencer maybe, social media manager. So let's let her
And chemist.
and the chemist,
Yes.
because those things go together. Because
Yes.
because when you become a chemist, the next step in life is like, I should manage some social media brands, right?
Doing marketing. Yeah.
I mean,
Very, very normal.
molecules, boom, same thing.
So exactly.
Yeah. So Patience. Yeah. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's my first podcast. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, literally don't know what to do here. So I'm just trying my best not to embarrass myself or do something that will be very cringe. Trust me, I'm trying my best here.
A podcast is kind of 20 to 30% cringe. So yeah, so just allow for that. So sorry that you got lost.
Yeah, it's let's not talk about that.
It's all right.
We shouldn't talk about
Patience got lost trying to get here.
It wasn't me, it was the younger driver.
The Hayango driver really had something else to do
'Cause
and just told her that's the place. And then
just
she
left me there.
got off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of all places.
Imagine.
Yeah.
And I had no idea. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
What did the location bring you?
Because he was like, the Hayango driver was like, because you are like opposite Parkland Secondary.
But the secondary is here.
Yeah.
That's
and
the
then-
thing, I don't know where I didn't know Parkland Secondary. 6 years in Kitwe, and I only found out. No, like I've seen the school, but I didn't know the name. I've never really paid attention.
Yeah.
I've always seen the school, so I didn't know. So he just pointed. So he pointed like a building behind me. Yeah? So in my head, I'm like, okay. So then I come out. I'm like, no, that's not it. But then he had gone off. He had driven off already.
He was just
My
like,
name was just
"Is it-"
like,
She was
Yeah.
like, "That's the school there," and he went, and she was like, "That's
Not the school.
that's a lodge."
Yeah, like it's just like that's not it. But
I mean,
the barracks.
it is. I mean, it is lunchtime. Maybe Mans was just trying to.
I tried in Saram Point.
Hmm.
guys, that's all right. Yeah.
Ah,
Am I allowed to speak Bemba?
Yeah.
I
no,
mean,
thank
I
you.
mean,
That's what I did soon. Guys.
24/7.
but brand
24/7.
influencer, isn't that your job?
No, have you seen the ads I make? There's so much Bemba in those ads. I'm guys, born and bred from Chingola.
managers. I can do this I can structure this for you and
That's
this and
the
that
only
and that.
time.
That's the only time you speak.
That's only one time I want to speak English for like a very long time. Otherwise, even then, I don't even enjoy it.
All right.
Hmm.
Okay. So, Glasses Girl, Patience. So when you talk to someone and they're like, "What do you do?" So that we imagine the audience is like, "Hey, Glasses Girl, what do you do for a living?"
I have this answer that always pops up in my head.
Yeah.
It's like the most wrong thing to say, but so what do? I do content creation,
Okay.
social media management, and this type of marketing, like digital marketing. Let me put it that way.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you just to explain a little bit of that. Just imagine because that's essentially me. I don't know what that is. I'm an engineer. I work. If you were in my car, I think you saw the spanners at the bottom there.
Oh yeah,
So,
definitely.
yeah,
That's
me, I'm
an engineer's
essentially-
car.
I'm
that
yeah.
car, yeah.
I'm
definitely
essentially a
engineer's
caveman. I watch YouTube on the Google app. I don't have the YouTube
Oh,
app.
wow.
Yeah. So
Why?
car. That is
what?
real.
You have a Samsung, but why?
Hey,
Because it's thinking like, I was like-
what's that? You have a Samsung thing
Yeah.
going on.
I mean,
No, but for
you-
iPhones, you understand. Like,
as in, I
okay.
can't download YouTube
Okay.
because
The
I'm
YouTube
on
app.
the,
Why I don't? It's because it's a distraction. I feel like yeah.
From what?
From like dead scrolling. You know what I mean? So like I don't have the app, so that I have to go into because it's more work.
Yeah.
So if I have anything better to do,
I'll just like, let me just.
I'll
do
be
this.
like, I have to open, I have to type U or just press U,
That
then
is-
go and then it also helps me like focus on what I'm doing, because you have to, when you watch a video, you're watching that video. You know what I mean? Like if you go anywhere
This is so
else,
serious.
yeah, you have to.
The master's got a whole explanation for
I'm
it.
so focused
Doesn't
about
make sense though,
about
but
trying
okay.
to focus, guys. I'm so, but yeah. So what's content creation, and as a job, what is that
Okay.
for you personally?
For me
For you
personally.
personally.
Okay, I bet I describe it that way. So for me, it's a brand hires me saying this is our product or a service, and we want you to make noise about it. I like to say make noise about it because
Yeah.
basically that's what I do.
Okay.
Make noise about it on social media.
Mm.
So this is what we want you to do. So for us, it's to create content that will talk about that product or service, but also give it like it will go viral, because we want to make noise on
Okay.
Facebook, Twitter, whatever platform that you're
Okay.
using. So that is basically content creation.
Okay. What
And
else did you mention? Content
Social media
creation.
management.
Okay. That sounds
That-
sounds technical. Sounds technical.
No, but that is you run the social media platforms for probably a company, a brand, or whatever, maybe a person.
Oh,
Depends on-
okay.
yeah.
So like you'd be the one making those like funny replies.
Yes, the
on
replies,
Facebook
the posts and everything. So sometimes like you could be hired to do both, so which means you're creating the content for them,
Yeah.
the posts or whatever, the videos, the pictures, you're doing all that, and you're running the platforms. Or you could be just doing what could be like exclusive. Like if it's social media management, that's it.
Yeah.
If it's content creation, that it's
Do you have like bad days where you feel horrible, but you have to just like reply
a
funny
lot.
things?
You'd be shocked. A lot. The days where like you just want not to talk to anyone, you don't want to respond to
Just-
messages, whatever. But it's your job, so you just have to like.
You're just there, maybe in bed, maybe you even have cramps, and someone replies and just like, I have to say something funny. It's like, LOL.
No, sometimes it's not like most of the time, because of the type of brands I work with, being them mostly being corporate. So most of the time it's just like you have to be very serious and whatnot. And then someone will come ask a very not so smart question, or like they're asking about information that you're like, but it's right there. But you can't be mean. No, you can't say something like that's just like sarcastic or something. Just be like, oh no, sir, here, da da da. So it's trust me, it's a lot most of the time.
All right.
Got a question though.
Yeah.
What would you say the difference is between influencing and content creation?
Influencing is anyone can make content really,
Mhm.
but influencing is where you have an impact. Where if you put something out, people are going to talk about it, or if you've got an audience basically. So if you put something out, they are going to talk about it, they're going to share that, whatever. It's going to make noise on social media. So that's basically that's the difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you resonate towards more? Like,
Um,
what do you feel like? But you content creation, but she
No,
influencing.
I'm in between. I think I'm in between when it comes to. There are times where I enjoy the content creation part more, and then there are times where I enjoy the influencing part, especially if it's coming to my treats, to my to my privileges. When it comes to the brand, then I enjoy the influencing.
Where does the money come from?
that,
Content
okay.
creation or influencing? Because the way I see, though I imagine it with my caveman brain, is that you start creating content,
Mhm.
and then your content, I guess, becomes valuable. You have likes, you have views,
Yeah.
and then someone is like, could you influence this product here for me on your socials, and we'll give you this undisclosed amount of money that you can't tell anyone else about?
I can tell you that, but usually it works. Usually, like when brands approach you, or like when people approach you when it comes to that, most of the time they want both. So because again, sometimes like you could because you guys got like media equipment and whatnot, so you could create content for them, and you're not the ones influencing it. So there are other people that are posting about it and talking about it. Oh, like you guys look at this and this. You guys probably made a video about food or whatever, or these services. You made the content.
Yeah.
It's somebody else's job to like distribute and like make noise about it on social media. But most of the time, personally, in my experience, most of the time from approach, they want both. So they say, okay, I want you to create content and want you to talk about it. That's how it, like usually that's how it. So because I usually like asked to do both, I've never, unless because social media management is the one that's different compared to the two. So usually because of that, I don't think I would separate. I put them like in two separate things. What I would, if I'm putting them in two separate categories, it's social media management and the content creation and brand influence.
Okay, I have a question. You mentioned that you're a chemist. You're a chemical engineer.
Chemist. I have a degree in chemistry.
Okay, you have a degree in chemistry,
Scientist.
which just sounds like
as a scientist, yes.
Yeah, which sounds like of course, what else would the social media influencer
Have a degree in.
have a degree in?
I mean,
Besides
not marketing, of course.
chemistry.
Yeah,
Not
It
marketing.
No,
just
like,
makes
why?
sense. I mean, that's the gateway. You know, you did chemistry, and obviously, you are like, yeah, with my knowledge of molecules and reactions,
Mhm.
I should go and help people sell.
Products.
Yeah.
They're boom.
Boom.
They're boom. They're
Or,
boxes.
yeah. I should be like, you know. So can you just
It
let
makes
us
so
know
funny now.
how you moved from
Chemistry.
chemistry
Chemistry.
to, because I'm assuming that you did this because you are like, me, I'm going to be a chemical scientist and I'm going to cure cancer.
Or find the cure
I
for
don't
cancer
know
or
what
whatever the
chemists
drug.
do. I don't know what chemists. Yeah, you see.
Or was it to make stronger
You see?
alcohol?
Sorry.
Was it to
Or
make
make-
stronger
You know,
alcohol?
make-
Because for
well,
you,
mm,
I think
mm,
I think that was the
that was
plan.
a cooler part about
The
it.
plan.
I think
Like,
that was-
I can make alcohol.
You just yeah.
Yeah,
So
the
so,
plan.
so cure cancer. You know, make alcohol with no hangovers. I'm sure those were your
that would be the best
ambitions.
thing. Yes. It's not the
Yeah.
cancer and alcohol one.
Yeah. So how did you
Definitely
how did you okay? So how,
Okay,
how,
but-
how did you get from like academia into like
the whole
this is
marketing
what I
thing.
do, and you got good at it because I mean you're alive, you're
think-
surviving.
And you have the numbers for it.
It came from because initially like it was just I have very strong opinions. Let me say that. So I'm very opinionated and they're quite strong, and I like to talk about them. So especially on my platforms like Facebook mostly. So because I talk about them, talking about things and whatnot, very controversial sometimes. Not even controversial, just talk about topics that a lot of people don't want to talk about openly. So started from there, started having a following. People, getting followers. So my friends are like, you're getting a good number of followers. You should start making money off your platform.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay. Joined Twitter. Twitter, even my platform, even that side, because I think I'm like 50,000 followers on Twitter.
You
Plus
have 50,000 followers
53
on Twitter.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So it was like, okay. So now my friends are like, look at the platforms that you have. These are like really, really big platforms. So people kept telling me, just try this whole influencer thing. And people in Kitwe and the Copa Build, there are very few female
Yeah.
influencers doing that. Just
Yeah.
try. So I'm like, all right, cool. And yeah, I just started, I think I started like in end of 2021 is when I just like started taking it serious. Approached one or two brands, started doing some works for
Were
them.
you still in school at the time?
Yeah, I was still because I was CBU.
Okay.
So I was like, okay. Started working, and then December, I think we did the Paranotis thing. I was opening the Paranotis in Chingola, and then there's another brand. I can't mention that brand, but it's a really, really big brand from South Africa. They have got like this chain stores around.
Okay.
At
Okay.
the mall,
I'm sure
there's
you can
one.
make your guess.
I don't think they would because I did social management for that particular brand. Yeah, so I
hold
did
on, question. Social management for like the whole, the Kitwe,
not the kid,
I
but
mean,
the
Zambia.
all the stores in Zambia.
My money is on Hungry Lion.
No,
What do you think?
no, it's not. It's not. But
That'll be dope though.
they're in the same. They're in the same line. It's one of the stores there.
We'll talk about it after.
Yeah,
We'll talk about it.
So after I did that, then I worked with them for like a month. Yeah, the
Okay.
corporate politics. So that ended, and then I was approached by Rocco Mamas.
Okay.
So Rocco Mamas was like the first big brand I worked with. No, that was the second big brand I worked with, like openly, because they were like, want you to do content creation.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay. But then before that, I had like done small things with like brands, people, whatever, get invited to events to talk about them, stuff like that. So when they approached me, I'm like, okay, do content creation. Then we did that. I don't remember if you remember the first time we did with Godfrey.
Yeah.
Because I went with them, they told me what they wanted. I knew what I wanted to put out. So I got my partner, the person I work with, Godfrey, Mr. Fritikana guy, for those that know him by that name. And we did our
Okay,
first
Godfrey.
ad. And it was
You own it.
really, really good. Like it had a mad viral moment. It was like, okay, this
Okay.
works. So then we just started like doing my content creation just went from, oh, you guys should come and try out the food, to like now making ads.
Okay.
So we did some ads for Rocco Mamas that were really, really good. And from there, the rest is history, I guess.
I mean, you said that very casually, like just like, oh, I just did this and that. And, I'm just, I'm
Like-
just blessed.
So the thing is,
But it sounds like there's a lot of work you put into this, and it sounds like it comes from a place of passion.
It is, yes.
Yeah, it comes from
think
a
so.
place of passion, and that sounds pretty interesting.
because the thing is, content creation is hard. I would say I've tried. I don't have the
Guy,
energy for it. I really don't have the energy for it.
I mean,
I think like last month I tried making like to my continuous videos for Audacity
Mhm.
for like 1 week,
I noticed.
2
I
weeks,
remember.
3 weeks,
I
and I was like,
remember.
I'm done.
I
I
remember.
was
The
done.
consistency.
I was-
It's crazy.
3 weeks. In
Yeah.
3 weeks, I was done. I was like, bro, I can't keep doing
I feel
this.
like that's why I don't identify myself as a typical influencer, because the influencers that do content creation, like the ones that
The
are really
whole life.
consistent,
Yeah.
the whole life, that is something else. I'm like, how much time do you have? You have to set up your camera nearly every time. You have to shoot. You have to edit. I'm like, that's so much work. Like, guys, I can't.
How do you? It's those people who make like this is my day-to-day
No, hey guys, come and
content.
spend the
It
day
can-
with
And then I'm
me.
just like, because you know, I look at them.
Nah, so much
I've
work.
never come across one in real life, but whenever I see them, whenever I see them like or their content,
Mhm.
right? My immediate thought is that because you're seeing them, just seeing their face, they're doing things, and you're like, oh, that must look normal.
Yeah.
But this person has a camera
They have a it's
or
crazy.
like
It's a whole setup.
or a gimbal, just like facing them all the time.
I was in game. It was actually Pick and Pay. I was
Yeah.
in Pick and Pay, and there was a girl. She was shopping, and then she had like a whole tripod stand, and she's getting stuff. I'm like, this is a
Bro.
lot of work,
That's a
guys.
whole-
Bro.
That is like a
'Cause
lot
you
of
have to
set
work.
You have to like, is the
You have to
lighting
ensure the
good
lighting is
here?
right. Exactly.
You have to
ensure
explain to game because they're like, you
What's
need to
going
go.
on?
what's going on.
What are you
here?
doing?
No, but most of them don't like. They think like this guy's like really and sorry, like what's the word for it? Mind for you to like shoot like that. Most of the time they really don't mind, unless you're reviewing that. Maybe that. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
I think now in years now, I think
Yeah.
they are more accepting.
Oh yeah, they're
of
more
it.
accepting.
Before
Exactly.
it was
Yeah.
just like, what are you doing
What are you
filming
doing?
our thing?
Exactly.
So you find something wrong and then you go tell Zabs, no? Can you get out of here?
I'm telling you that is crazy. I look
Mm.
at them, I'm like, you guys have got the time and the energy. I can't.
Because
Mm.
I've just 3 weeks of continuous videos. Done.
It's something. It's
Done. I don't think I'm going to make a video anytime soon.
You're the tired, exhausted.
I-
It's really exhausting. Because even
tired.
just like when you're like, okay, so I have to think of a concept for this video, and then you have to go and shoot, and there's editing, and there's what this doesn't feel right. It's ish, guys. It's not cute.
I need to find out now. I need to ask some some personal questions, some very personal
me.
questions, and
Hit me.
you know, and if it's personal and we're talking about how you live your life, we're going to talk about the money. We're going to talk about the money, right?
Mhm.
A few questions, you know, I'll try and phrase them so that they're a bit confusing. Yeah. So how do you what was your, I'm not going to ask how much you make or anything. I don't think that's okay.
Mhm.
But I'm going to ask you like, how do you bill people? How do you think how do you bill and say like, okay, this is a fair amount? Do companies tell you like, this is what we charge, this is what we allow you to bill us? How do you know? Because I'm assuming this isn't something that's very common where you can get reference and be like, hey, how much do you charge for content creation of a 3-minute ad over a space of such and such and such? How do you bill for that? How do you make sure you get the amount you deserve? Because if imagine maybe you're just starting out, right? And I am a really big company and I'm like, hey, Glasses Grow, Patience, can you just make me this content and I'll run it for maybe the next 4 months? And they're like, oh, I'll give you $1,000. You might be starting and be like, that's amazing. But then in reality, you might find out that what you did was maybe even worth $10,000, maybe even $20,000. So tell us a story.
They paid me $1,000 for real. Last year.
Yeah. So tell
For
us.
a company I had no idea it was that big.
Yeah.
It was like $1,000, and I'm in
Did
Sibiu. Guys, I'm
you-
rich.
Did you undercharge them or you overcharge them in a sense?
No, but where I was at the time and what they needed me to do, actually they did, or like there was like a lot of money honestly for me at the time.
I mean,
like,
$1,000.
That's a lot.
guys,
of
like
Even-
that's a lot of money.
Even today,
Bruh.
even today,
Even
it's like
today,
some no one is
bruh.
trust
it
me.
doesn't matter what you do. But at the end of the day, if I give you a 22 pin, you'll be like, set. Yeah, thank
Guys,
you.
I was bang when that money entered my account. I was like, it was so unreal. Okay, so
Before we ask what you do with the money, I want you to explain, like, tell
yeah.
us a story about this whole process and how I guess you got to know or are more knowledgeable about how you price.
Okay, so every influencer, brand influencer, whatever content creator has a red card.
A red card?
You have a red card. So like what you charge, like, okay, so like for us, we have like, okay, so this is an ad. So this is an ad, it's gonna come. We have like these packages. Like if you just want an ad, like a video ad,
Mm-hmm.
or if you want like pictures, or if you just want brand influencing, this is how much I charge according to that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's usually there's a red card. And sometimes you just have to look at the scale of the business, like how big is it? Because
Okay.
sometimes you look at the brand, like, oh, this is a big brand, obviously. So if I give them this figure, they
Yeah.
will, they'll be okay with it. But
Yeah.
sometimes like the business is really, really small.
Mhm.
But so even and I apply that with like either content creation, brand influence, and or social media management. Most of the time, I look at the type of business that they have.
Okay.
So like if it's a really, really big business, obviously I have to pay me good money for
Yeah,
it.
because they'll generate a lot,
Exactly,
a lot more
they'll
income.
they'll
Yeah.
generate more income from that. But if it's a really, really small business, and sometimes you just want to help out, so I'm like, you know what, this could be enough, and I'll do this
Mhm.
work for you. So usually that is how I bill my
Okay.
clients. Yeah.
So when you are figuring out this red card, did you consult with anyone
Oh, yeah,
else in the
definitely,
business,
yeah.
and you're like, hey, how much do you charge? And were people open about that?
No, a lot of
It's
of
very
people are
hush-hush,
not.
It's very hush hush.
It
Don't.
says, no, just around this figure, just around. Others, though, like 1 or 2 people that actually sent me their actual rate cards, they're like big influencers. They're like a lot of money. So now you compare yourself, like, oh, these guys have got the numbers, obviously. So definitely they would be charging this much. I don't. So you have to scale, you weigh yourself, like, okay, so I'm
Okay.
here. So I'll obviously have to charge around this because it makes sense.
Mhm.
Because there's sometimes where people actually scare away clients. I've seen that happen a lot. Like where someone, they've got great content, they're doing something good, but they don't have the numbers because numbers are like a really, really huge thing. Like that
Yeah.
is your
That's your bread
capital.
and butter.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, what
So
are
if
your
you've got, like,
views? What are
You could
yeah.
have great content, but if you're, because you're not getting views, you're not getting watch, they're not talking about it. You understand? They're not talking
Mm.
about that particular product. So if you don't have the numbers and then you like, oh no, because I make great content, and then you put it out there and there's no one is talking about it.
Mhm.
So no one is going to pay you the kind of money that you'd want. So you have to weigh yourself like, okay, my numbers are here, so which means if I'm charging, I'm going to charge around this figure. The more the numbers, the higher the figure. Usually that's how it works.
Okay.
So
okay.
question,
Mm-hmm.
me, audacity.
Mm-hmm. Audacity.
Audacity.
I love that you have no idea. It's my new favorite saying in my head.
But I don't go for audacity.
Ah.
So let's say small business upcoming me.
Mm-hmm.
How much would you charge me? Or let's give it a range.
Do I have to tell you here?
Or let's give it a range.
Here right now. Do you want?
Okay, not for me, but for someone else.
Because there'll be someone that's watching this podcast like, but that guy told him that, and I've got the
Hey,
same
you told him that. Just how much you told him. No, me, what about me?
Okay,
Exactly.
So I'm saying, if we'll have a conversation about ours. But let's say someone else comes through, like upcoming, trying to start a fashion brand or whatever brand they want to start. How would you rate them?
I think I'd also look at what they want me to do. Because sometimes the scope of work also really matters. Because sometimes like if you want, like for the videos, we put in a lot for the videos.
Yeah, videos are work.
Exactly.
Videos
So
are work. I've been.
you say the work that goes in there, it's crazy.
Videos are
So
work.
if I tell you like, okay, listen, this are quite expensive, but what I can do is I could be talking about your products, I could be whatever and whatever. So maybe like if it's you and you tell me how long, also that also is something that you also have to put at the table. Like, okay, with this long, so for your brand,
Not my brand.
For I don't want to sound give you a figure here. I don't like giving out exact figures. It's worked, like it backfired for me at some point. So I'm I'm not a fan.
No, I understand.
You get it,
She'll
Ka?
tell you now, and then she'll find out that Mopalo's actually super wealthy, and she's like, I should have.
No, but I get it. Like great cards are can be personal because you can because you
can have more than one. I have more than one.
Right? I have like a couple of rate cards.
You need more than one. I learned the hard way.
You need your corporate rate card, then your Chintuwing rate card.
Yes,
because your Chintuwing rate card is the what's the word? It's the balanced one.
It's the balanced one. It's the one that's just like it's
fair.
It's fair.
It's fair.
Then there's that one just like
the corporate one.
Like I know who you. No, I get that. I think even for I work for myself and just into general business, contracting, supplying, and it's the same thing. So it's like I think recently I got an order from a trade school in Isoka, right? So just everything I've said, a trade school.
It's
just like, oh, it's a trade school. They're not, so you kind of just give them a pretty fair, maybe like a 30-35% markup or something like that. And then maybe you have a company like, like a big mine, right? Big mine or a big manufacturing company, and you just like, you might even just put like 3 times the amount, and then someone will call you that you've underquoted. So
that happens, guys. It's not cute. It's like
the underquoting happens.
It happens a lot. Even
I talked about it in a previous episode.
Because this, especially the business brands that I work with, most of the time the budget you find out later that the budget was massive, And then how much you got? She's just like,
Just save the
and-
money.
what?
and I've heard about a lot of because I've found myself in the marketing space a lot.
Yeah,
Marketing budgets are big.
Yeah.
Marketing budgets are
you'd be
huge.
shocked.
Yeah.
They're huge.
Okay.
Like especially if it's like a big brand,
Yeah.
like HZB. So marketing
Yeah.
budgets are huge, man.
Jeez.
So they spend like you see some of these ads on TV. You'd be thinking maybe they just spend like 50 grand. No,
Over 100 quid.
over.
Especially
over
most
100
ads
grand.
on TV, like most of the time they charge like over 100. I have a friend of mine, he owns like a really big company, they do these things and whatnot. So he's like someone that has been helping me, like, survive in this particular industry. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like he was telling me, I remember giving him a figure. It's like, you charge them what for what? He was pissed off. Like, yeah, I'm not charging them. Do you know how much is guys like the budget? And then he told me, he gives me a figure, guys. I was like, no way. And then the other thing about this is these agencies, these marketing agencies, because mostly sometimes
They go through marketing
yeah,
agency,
exactly. Those guys eat money. They'll tell you no.
Someone tell me about marketing agencies because
Okay,
now
so
it's flying over my head.
okay,
Someone
so
tell me
let's say a
about
marketing agency. Like I asked her about a media buyer, right? So a marketing agency. So let's say a company like MTN. MTN will go to a marketing agency like, okay, because MTN is from South Africa, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So they need like maybe like someone in Zambia
Yeah.
to be doing the marketing for them.
Okay.
So they'll go to them like, okay, so we need you to do this, and this for us.
Mhm.
So find if you graphic designers, let's say
The
graphic design.
designers,
Mhm.
influencers,
Whatever,
whatever,
yeah.
creators.
So you
everything.
do all that for you
Mhm.
do that all that for us.
Okay.
Even like billboards and stuff, you buy that space for us. So MTN will give them money,
Mhm.
a lot
A
of money.
lot of money.
A lot of
That
money.
is a lot of money.
So a lot of money. So and then they have their money from it,
Mhm.
and then they also have money that they're going to give other people.
Mhm.
So let's say MTN contact, or let's say that the company contacts us
Yeah.
at etc. because we do science and technology and stuff.
Okay.
Let's say they want a billboard from us. So the budget that they were given
Yeah.
will have a fraction from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a very small
okay,
fraction.
It's a very small fraction.
So
like
let's-
it's really, really small.
Let's say they were supposed to spend like 10 grand, 10 grand on a billboard.
Yeah.
They'll give us maybe like 2 or 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you
So-
have to be okay, but then you have to be competitive because they're asking from a lot of
Exactly.
people.
So
Exactly.
exactly. So
So
they
it's-
put the let's say they put the what's the word again? Okay, they put it out
Mhm.
Mhm.
and everyone has to compete.
Tender.
It's tender. It's exactly.
Yeah.
Tender. So it's a tender. Everyone has to
Okay.
compete. So I have to compete. Someone else has to compete. Someone else has to
Okay.
compete.
Yeah.
And it has to, and the prices have to match your workload and
Mhm.
your work ethic. And they'll
True,
look at
true,
your
true,
pages and stuff.
Like
Like, okay,
what are your lead times?
yeah, what do these guys do? What have they
Yeah.
done?
Yeah.
Like, are they good at this?
Yeah.
And if they are, okay, cool. Let's give these
Okay.
people. Let's give these people. And they'll even tell you, okay, no, someone else is charging this much.
Okay. What does it take for you to become an agency?
Honestly,
Contacts.
contacts.
Contacts?
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, very.
You have to have
Yeah,
high
Contacts.
corporate
proper,
contacts,
proper,
eh?
proper.
Contacts. You need
Okay.
like contacts.
Like proper.
Okay. So is that something that you think either of you, I guess, would try and dive into?
Yeah.
Because you guys
Yeah.
seem like this is really why you've taken your life.
It's almost time. Or it's almost 30 minutes is almost time. Okay.
Okay, so your desire to just let people know if they see something that's really good and be like, "Hey, I saw this great restaurant.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing. Go to it." Or if you something bad, like, "Hey, I experienced the worst customer service here.
Mhm.
I hate it so much. I hope those people here and
Look, not like
improve."
that.
I mean, but, like,
yeah.
I'm sure there's been you've had a rough review. So my question is, because that's your bread and butter, your voice, your persona.
Yeah.
That's your bread and butter. Everything you say, you have. What, Facebook, 11,000 people.
Mhm.
On Twitter, you have 50,000 people who see what you say. And to some people, it matters.
Yeah.
Some more than others. But
Yeah.
your voice has influence. And this is where, like I said, your bread and butter. This is your income,
Yeah.
you know? So how much do you say at this point in time, how much do you say that is truly not motivated by your desire to improve your company, to grow?
Yeah.
How much of it is just patience in chemistry class, thinking yeah, in chemistry class, thinking about how she ate a really good pie in Riverside.
Yeah.
From
How
after
much?
day.
Yeah. So how much of it has changed? Do you feel that you are, there's an agenda to what you say? You know, not even intentionally, but do you feel like maybe subconsciously there's an agenda to what you say and everything that you post, or do you still to this day post your mind and your thoughts and your opinions?
Oh, I still very much post that. I still, because other thing I did is because when you are in this type of work and you use your personality, like people don't follow you because of your personality, you still have to stick to what you're doing. Like for me, I've decided to say I still like try as much as possible to be authentic. Even like the type of content I put out, like most of the time it's just me. Like the ads when I've been hired to put out content for like these brands, yes, but most of the time it's just usually my outbursts. That's usually what you find on my platforms. It's a video. I've written a post. That's usually what I do. So it's still me, really. Not the chemist though, because that has died. Honestly,
It's all right.
I'm like I don't even see myself working as a chemist if I'm being honest. Like I was just like, oh yeah, I have a degree in chemistry. It's more like for shutting people up now. It's just like somebody like got a degree in chemistry. But someone thinks, but yeah, it's still me pretty much. But there's an agenda, definitely.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah. So is there like a limit of who you can work with and who you can't work with? Like, have you ever had like a brand like this one, like these people I can't work with them or with them?
I don't really have a limit. I think for me it's more of interest. I like to enjoy what I'm doing. If I'm talking about a product or a service or whatever, most of the time I prefer it's something I enjoy because my reaction to that is authentic. You understand? It's easier to do that. So most of the time I look at certain brands, I'll be like, no, like for example, certain people that will call me to say with music coming up, can you put this out? We're going to pay you. Like I refuse because I make reviews sometimes for music, la 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 la. So most of the time I tell people to say I'd rather not get paid to do music reviews, to do whatever, to make noise about a song or a video or something. Like I'd rather not. It's something I just want to do. So that is my limitation. Like art based stuff, I choose not to.
So art based stuff is it because you might tank the.
That's the thing, because if I don't like it, and then like, now I'm going to hype this.
And your opinion carries a lot of
exactly.
weight.
And then the thing, like you talk like, Patience posted saying she likes it, it's a nice song. Then people go and hate and it's trash. They're like, you're being fake. Why you lying? This song is not nice. But I hear, and then because a lot of people, my followers, especially from Facebook, know that I have like really strong opinions about music. I'm a Zambian music enthusiast. So when I don't like something, I'll say it. I'm like, this is me. This is trash. This is what. If it's nice, it's like, guys, this song. So now imagine going from me talking, I'm like, they'll be like, okay, most people agree with my opinion, at least from my audience. So now they're like, oh, you like this song? You like this song? How? So yeah, when it comes to like arts, I choose not to.
Do you? You okay? Okay, I understand your answer, but is it still difficult to be yourself when you are equally being monitored? You know, it's like people they are looking at what you post and what you say.
You have
because you know, ideally big brands want to have a great family friendly sort of representation and everything, and maybe sometimes you have some harsh things to say.
Trust me, I had to learn not to post certain things. Like I'm just like, okay, you're working with this brand, you cannot post this. I delete a lot of posts. Like I was not typing. I'm like, fuck. God, I curse. I'm sorry.
Bleep it out. So
we'll try to at least.
We won't.
So like there's certain times where I start typing something, then I'm like, okay, no, I can't post this because of the brands I'm working with, the people, the things that you're representing. So that part, yes, it has, because you know, like I said earlier, I've got like strong opinions. So now how to voice them or how you phrase them has to be different. Now, if you are like me that wants to just phrase it exactly how it's in my head, it's a lot of hard work, because it's like, I can post this, delete. I can post this, erase it. I go through that like now 10 times in a day. That's how bad it is.
Okay. So patience, right? Just from this is our first time meeting, right? Just from this conversation, we I think what you do is amazing.
Thank you.
I think it's amazing. I think from this you sound like someone who's forged a way where most people couldn't. You know, it sounds like you're a very creative person. It sounds like you are a free soul who's willing to, you know, do what she likes and what she loves, and it's very inspiring.
Thank you.
It's very, very inspiring, and we just met today, but it's something that I can say, hey, I met Patience, and she seems like an amazing, motivated person.
Thank you.
But there are other people who are watching this as well, and we shot a podcast that we lost.
A bunch of podcasts we lost.
We lost a bunch of
Well,
podcasts.
not a bunch. Like okay, say two. The
I
first
mean-
two episodes we ever shot,
Yeah.
we lost them because my PC crashed.
Because my father's PC crashed.
Yeah.
Yes, so it's like
Yes,
so.
please, yes, please.
Maybe
when you get $1,000, just give me $100 there, bail.
yeah,
I actually need a PC myself. As Godfrey was telling me the other day, it's like, you need to buy a PC. Every time it's do this for me, do this for me, do this
so
for me.
just any tech company, who sells PCs, give us one.
Please donate to us
We
for
just-
charity.
Just charity.
Just put your name right here forever. Yeah. So there's people watching this. There are people who, well, like I said, that podcast, and we're talking about the struggles of being a creative in the corporate world, but just generally.
Yeah.
And we spoke about what do you have to do. So can we get to the best you can explain, or to help, or just to give someone a starting point and a bit of a path? What do you advise, what do you suggest for someone who's trying to do what you do, someone who's already interested in entertaining or content or whatever? So what would you say? What did you say for that?
I think the best advice I'd give somebody is just post anyway. One, like, in as much as even when you don't think it's so good, the consistency really, really matters when you do this. So just post anyway. Eventually there'll be that one. You don't know what's going to go viral. You will never know what piece of content will go viral. So just keep posting, stay consistent. Secondly, learn to outsource. There's a thing I've seen a lot of creators do, is the biggest problem I think I've seen is most of them want to work alone because you don't want to share the money. So you want to eat all the money, wake up, you get. I've seen that happen. So most of the time they could be could have really great ideas and content and whatnot, but how they execute it doesn't come out exactly how you think it should come out because they want to do everything themselves. Personally, I work with Godfrey. Amazing person. If you ask me, Godfrey's like a genius when it comes to camera work, editing and whatnot. I'll have a vision, he'll help me to say okay, Godfrey, this is what we're doing and this is how we're going to execute it, and then he'll just make everything come to life. So that's what I advise a lot of people that are starting to say, outsource. If you can't do everything on your own. So if you could do this and you're somebody who does do it better, obviously go to them and say, hey, can you help me with this? If it's graphic designs, if what you're putting out needs a graphic designer, ask her, pay if you have to. For me, sometimes a brand will come to me oh, but we only have this much. I'm like, it's not enough, but okay, we'll split the pay. It's okay. Because you put out great content. The more you put out great content, the more people see it and they'll be like, oh yeah, you should do that for us as well. And that means you're having money coming frequently. So even if you're splitting the money, at least more money is coming in frequently. So you're still going to make money. So that's why I usually tell people, post frequently, stay consistent, outsource. If it's an idea, ask and whatever. People are willing to share knowledge. Others are not, but you'd be surprised. Some people will tell you, no, if you try this, it's going to work out.
Okay. So so you're saying, if you've got something to say, if you've got something to show it.
Yeah, definitely.
Put it out there. Exposure. Creators hate that term, but exposure.
No, but that's how we all said. That's how it's just keep posting. Because the people that just they've been posting is that TikTok. If you go let's say TikTok. If you go the videos before they had their viral moment, there's no one that's watching. The views were maybe 100 views, but now they're in the hundreds because they had one video. Just needs one viral moment when it comes to social media.
Your first viral video?
Yes.
Or was it?
Yes, I was working as a maid. I was a student, but then we closed, and then I started working as a maid because I needed to raise.
Is the video? Or are you telling us about your life now?
My first viral video.
You were the maid? You were a maid?
Yes, I was working as a maid.
Okay.
I
was like,
were you working as a maid?
I was working as a maid.
In life.
CBU closed because the time I think I was second year. CBU closed, and then I needed to raise money for a laptop. So my friend told me oh, I'm looking for a maid. I'm like, well, I'm not doing anything, so let me start working. So it was a company house with a bunch of guys. So I started working as a maid. So I started making videos. Before then, my friends had asked me to say, you should make videos. I think the first video I did was me just the lemon eating a lemon without making a facial expression. That was my first video. But I said something and somebody liked my voice. So they said, start making videos. So I made a couple of videos. Nothing really, just like the few people that I had on my Facebook that would like see them. Then I made that video. I was working as a maid while a student because I was so happy. I think my boss found out as a student and he was so impressed. So like he increased my salary that day. So then I made a video like, you know what, you never really know. Just do what you have to do. Keep working. You never know what happens. So I made that video and then it just went viral. It was like on pages and I'm like, okay. And then, like that video went so viral. A lady in the States sent me money. A lady from Australia sent me money.
No,
I stopped work, guys. I'm like, I've got the money. I bought a whole new laptop. I went to Lusaka, got a laptop, came back. I had like a couple of thousands on me. No, not more like hundreds after I came back from Lusaka. But yeah, I got a new laptop. That's
so dope.
I'm imagining I'm your boss, right? You are the maid. And then day by day is going by, and he's just like, man, my maid knows a lot of English. I'm just like, this maid is my
educate. Some guy should be actually I'm sure he was thinking, no, come on, Phil,
Then when you're like, I'm saying, just like, you're having a chemist? Yeah. He was just like, wow. And my mind would be blown. If I went to just like talk to my garden boy and he tells me like, yeah, I have a master's in business studies. I'm just trying to raise money for. I'll just be like, what?
Why?
Yeah, and then he was a CB. Both of my bosses at the time, because they were the partners for an engineering. It is an engineering firm. So they were lecturers at CBU. Now one of them was a lecturer at CBU. Then he finds out I'm a student at CBU and I'm a maid. And he's like, what? He was like, that is so impressive. I'm like,
I feel like with these circumstances, either way this story went, this would have been a great story. Either way,
I'm glad I asked this question because that's a whole new line.
That's a whole, you're not the same person I met, and now
I'm glad I asked this question.
Like, now there's so much depth. Do you want to write a book?
Maybe one day.
I think you can write a book.
I think you should have your own podcast.
You should have your own podcast.
My friends keep telling me that, but I told you I make fun of podcast
more,
guys. So
start coming here, bro.
This is more interesting than us, man. Right? Right? It's more interesting than us, man. Let's chase toast. Can we vote?
Like,
Can we vote?
Yeah.
I vote.
Wow! You just voted somehow, just like that.
Just like. So toast is out of the podcast.
Wait, no, wow. Wait. No, wait.
Someone else.
Oh, okay.
He's not here.
Sorry, Toast. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So that was my first video, and then from there things just
fall into place.
Yeah.
Man, that is amazing. That is so dope.
Yeah. That is so dope.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is, guys, let's wrap up now. Yeah. So this is Patience. Glasses girl.
No, but I have one more question.
What's one more question?
It's a music question.
Are you gonna cut this out?
No. It's no one.
All right.
It's a music question.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are your all-time favorite Zambian albums? Let's just say 4. Okay, let's remove Miju because Miju is obviously there.
Okay, so I'm a Sheffy person, yeah.
Yeah.
Like top, like a Sheffy stand.
Yeah.
So obviously these albums are going to be Sheffy.
All of them.
Yes.
Come on.
Trust me. No. Your Maps also goes because I like his recent album. Actually, I like Your Maps' album because Sheffy takes the Broke No Lunkumbwa, takes it. What's this one? The one he did before Broke No Lunkumbwa. Amnesia. No, not Amnesia. Not Amnesia.
What was that?
He'd been a Sheffy fan then forgetting the album. It's so embarrassing.
One chef on the cover. Is that the one?
Yes, the one with the uniform and one as the chef. Like, what's the name of that album? Bon Appetit. Yes.
Bon Appetit.
How in French in Ganjish? I don't know how I forgot. Like, I had the image in my mind, but the name was just like, it's gone.
Did it help when I said in the chef thing?
Yes, it helped. It did.
Okay. It didn't help me. It was gone. It was gone in my head.
So Bon Appetit, Broke No Lunkumbwa. This album actually your mom's Samson, yeah?
No. It was
no, not Samson. Sorry. What's the name of this?
The recent one.
The recent one.
Try again.
Try again.
Yeah,
I did try. I do like Try Again. And so you mentioned Poppy's album.
Yeah, Major.
I love it. I love the songs, but I'm atheist.
Doesn't mean it's not good music.
It's good. Trust me, I love Pompey. But it doesn't go into my top
Because you don't.
Because I don't listen to frequently.
Okay, you don't align with it.
No, I do. Like, but it's there. Why that album is so classic. Like, it's so brilliant. It's so properly done.
Because if you ask anyone, like their favorite diamond albums, Miju usually
it's there. Someone that like listens to a lot of music. Like, there's an album.
You don't like Miju?
No, I'm just loving this. Just like, I'm atheist, but like.
But
no, I'm like the atheist that would like listen to a gospel song and whatnot because I love art, music. Like I told you, like me, a music atheist. Like for me, if it's a really, really nice concert, it's Samana. Oh, maybe I failed to pronounce that name, guy. But Pompey's song. Yes, Mulungu Samago. Don't. In my defense, I don't know how to speak Nyanja. In my defense, that is one of my top 5 favorite songs. I love that song. I love, especially when I'm like in the trenches. That song, like it's just. So my friend makes fun of me, like, how is this a gospel song that you listen to when you're feeling some type of way, like my atheist? How?
do you want to be coming back to this podcast?
Well, I mean, I love you guys. You guys have been so much fun.
I feel like we could go on. Like,
we can go forever, man. We can go forever.
Can we just be invited when you're free?
Sure.
And just like, could you come and we talk about things?
Yeah, the season finale.
Because I think people would also appreciate, seeing like a pretty girl and not me and Toast all the time.
Boys with wild hair and the football jerseys.
Yeah.
And the guy is just wearing this boy is always wearing a Dusty shirt.
I swear. And you can be one of our people. One of our upstart sponsors. Just be like, hey.
Wait, that's we'll put your logo at the end.
No, but the only thing you contribute is your time.
I'm game. I am game.
You contribute your time. That's all. We just want you here because I feel like you're here. I feel like more people are going to watch.
I think because I've had so much fun here, I'd actually come back.
Yeah. Did you feel that? Like I told you, just like 20 to 30% cringe. There's not more than that in the podcast. Just prepare yourself. Podcasts are just 20 to 30% cringe. So if you can accept that, you can keep it.
Okay. All right. I'll try.
All right. Can I sign off now?
Sign off. But don't forget to plug us out.
All right. So we've come to the end of the podcast, and I've had so much fun.
This is what's so much fun. Wow.
Yeah, it's hot in here.
You guys need a fan or something.
We do need a fan.
Please.
If an amazing social media influencing company would give us a fan, that would be great. But yeah, guys, I think this end of the podcast. We had a great time here with Patience, Glasses, Girl. Please, we're gonna have your links down on the YouTube. People should visit your pages and everything, and they should call you and negotiate and be like, I own 3 spanners, but I want to become a mechanic. Can you talk about me, please? Yeah. So we're signing out.
Thank you.
To my right, Mr. Pink Socks, Mr. wearing a pink shirt, Mr. Audacity.
Mr. Audacity himself.
Audacity.
Speaking of, we have a shirt for you.
Guys, I've been waiting for this shirt.
I've never gotten a shirt.
I have my own Audacity shirt.
Yeah.
We're trying
to get the influencer on.
Yeah.
I'm signing an influencer contract.
Yeah. So fake plug Mapalo. Fake plug Mapalo to the right. And yeah, again, we too. The popular choice for obvious reasons. Because I'm great.
You are great, man. You're great.
Yeah.
I'm not fake.
I'm not fake either.
And then our star attraction to my left, Patience, Glasses Girl. It's not even just a thing she can't see.
No, I really can't see.
The glasses are part of her identity.
Guys.
The precision is thick.
Glasses Girl, Patience. It was great to meet you.
It was really
great to know you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
We hope to see you again and again and again and again.
I've had so much fun here. I'll probably show up again.
Yeah.
It will be me calling you guys like, hi guys, haven't missed me.
Can we do a podcast? I have an idea. Can we talk about this and this? I have like some opinions.
I've got something controversial to talk about.
Controversial.
So I can just blame you guys. Like, it wasn't me. They asked me a question. It was a podcast. What was I supposed to say?
We don't edit.
Yeah.
We don't edit.
So, guys, until next time, Shimi podcast for you.
Oh, etc. Anyway, we are.
It's going to be so hard to edit.
It's okay. We are shooting from etc. Studios. Please come through. Bye.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh.